Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the USF Pro Insider. My name is Rob Howden. Great to have you all with us here today. It is Monday, February the 2nd, 2026. And to be honest, even though we're 2 weeks away from the start of the USF Pro Championships with USF Juniors starting things off at spring training at Homestead-Miami Speedway, all those drivers are very, let's say a large amount of them, a majority of them will be on track this week at both Sebring and Homestead for the Academy Winter Series. It's going to be an opportunity for them to get on the track quick, start getting wheel to wheel, get that testing season over, and of course we're back at it officially on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of spring training. Again, looking forward to getting the USF Juniors fired up, and then USF 2000 at St. Petersburg, USF Pro 2000 at Arlington. Again, this is episode number 97 of the USF Pro Insider. And again, our guest joining us here today from Exclusive Autosport, Brenden Cooley, and from VRD Racing, Joao Vergara. Those are the guys we've got joining us here for the show today. If you've watched any of the shows or listened to the podcast, because this show, live show here on YouTube and Facebook, will get turned into an audio podcast, which I'll have out later on this week. Might even be as fast as tomorrow. It's also available on the app. You just go to the app and scroll down the USF Pro Championships app. All the podcasts available there. But I've been starting off with all the recent driver announcements. Sometimes we've had 2 or 3, sometimes 6 or 7. Only one right now to start off this week. But I'm telling you, with only a couple weeks to go coming and a month on, a little over a month, 6 weeks until we get to Arlington to have the season started fully with all 3 series, you're going to see a lot of names coming. I'm hearing there's a number of names coming tomorrow and throughout the week as well. But the one that got announced today for VRD Racing, Jack Morhart, getting confirmed, running for VRD Racing in the USF 2000 program, rookie in USF 2000. Skip Barber, Formula Car Series graduate, ran some Formula Fara races as well, been doing a lot of racing with VRD in open wheel Formula Car competition. His official debut in the USF Pro Championships will be coming at the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. So just one note here today, one driver announcement. I know there's lots coming. I'm still projecting around 60, maybe 60 drivers on the season so far. Could be 20 to 22 in juniors, maybe the same in USF 2000, probably 16 to 20, more like 16 to 18 in USF Pro 2000. But there's a lot of unknowns still 6 weeks out in USF Pro 2000. But we got a couple of guys waiting in the wings. Let's bring them in here. I will say one thing as well. Let me throw the comments up here. Comments are open. If you've got something, a question you'd like to ask for one of our guys, I may be able to bring it into the show. We'll see how it plays out. But let's get started. Bring in Brenden Cooley, bring in Joao Vergara. Guys, thank you so much for taking some time out of your Monday evening. I know, Brenden, we had to move things around because Brendan's flying down to Homestead tomorrow, or Sebring tomorrow. So this is a Monday show, guys. First off, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us, Rob.
Yeah, thank you for having us, Rob.
First time for you, Brenden. I think you've been on the show before, haven't you, Joao?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, so first time for Brenden. So he's the rookie in this one here. We'll give him a chance to give his origin story when we get a chance. One of the things I want to obviously talk about, guys, it's been a while since the end of the season. Before we came on the show, we talked about how much we're all ready to get back to the racetrack because, we got to go back to the middle of August. We wrapped things up at Portland last year. It's been a long time. This year, of course, the finale is going to be end of September at Road America. It'll tighten that testing period time. But Joao, let's just jump in really quickly here with you. USF Juniors last year, a strong season, as we know. We'll look at 2025 a little more down here in the show here, but what's the difference in testing for you going out there this year? You got the full season or 2 full seasons of juniors, jumping up the 2000 car. Can we just talk about how you like the 2000 car first?
Yeah, I mean, off the bat, it was a bit hard to get used to.
Okay.
The brakes are different.
Yeah.
The springs are different. So it took a couple laps, a couple sessions to get into it. But once you get into it, it's just trying to develop the car as much as you can, learn the tracks, learn what's going on with the car and work on it from there.
I have to believe that you've been with VRD Racing now for enough time that you're into the procedures, right? You're into the way they do things. So do you guys get a lot done? Is a lot on changing the car when you're testing, or is it more still you getting comfortable with the race car?
I think at the start, it was mostly me getting comfortable with the race car. At the Mid-Ohio test, Indy test, it was just more focused on me. But I think we're at a point now where we can start diving deep into the car. We're getting close to the season, so we got to get it dialed in. And we've been working great together for the past almost year and a half now.
I love that. All right, Brenden, let's come to you. Your first full season under the belt. You're back in the USF Juniors program again this year, so no change in car for testing, but a big change in yourself. right? Let's just be real. You were the young guy coming into the juniors program. You ran one race, I think 2 races at the end of 2024, full season in 2025. But that momentum from Road America on, right? Those last bunch of races, you all of a sudden started clicking. Did that momentum, that confidence you had, maybe, did it play and kind of roll right into the way your testing went?
Yeah, this off-season testing has been really good. We've been at the top pretty much every single session. But yeah, after Road America, it's something clicked that weekend, and it's just from there on, it's just been looking like up and so much better. Everything between my driving, my feedback, and my confidence in the car.
Do you lean to one person? Is there one of the? I know there's a lot of guys that are good over at your team exclusive Autosport. Is there one guy that's kind of your lead coach that's kind of pushing you?
Yeah, all season, Braden he's helped
Okay.
coach me from NOLA, even from the Winter Series last year, all the way through my whole year, and he's seen me from the beginning, taken me all the way to where I am now, and I'm so thankful he's done such a great job being patient with me and great and giving me great coaching the whole year.
You've got your brother there too, right? And he's obviously got a couple, a year on you in terms of experience in the series here. Does he help at all, or does he kind of just stay out of the way and let Braden do his job?
During race weekends, it's pretty much just Braden, but
Yeah,
um, before the weekend starts, like sometimes I'll go over video or go over notes with him,
yeah.
and sometimes like we'll play on our sims together, we'll race each other and just let each other know like certain things we found
Well,
and
listen,
stuff like that.
you're
Yeah.
one of the guys that we expect to be winning some races this year, being up front here. So let's get a chance to kind of introduce you to the fans who may not know much about you yet. Give me your origin story. How did you get started into racing? Was it you? Was it Evan? Uh, Talk about it. Where did you get started? Your family race? What was it?
Well, my dad, he used to race dirt ovals. So I was at the track before I could even walk.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
it was a completely different world. And then he kind of started focusing more on his business and stopped racing. Kind of took a little bit of a break. Still did it here and there, but a lot less than he used to. So I wasn't around it a lot when I got like a little bit older. But then I'd like to say it was like probably like beginning of middle school. I was like, Dad, I really want to go to Autobahn Country Club. It's like 30 minutes away from our house. I was like, I really want to go drive a go-kart. Like, just please take me out there one day and let me try it. And yeah, he took me and my brother there, and we fell in love with it then. So we were just karting at Autobahn for a little bit, and then we started getting into things like radicals.
Yeah.
And then eventually Evan hopped in a USF car for the first time. He did really well, and that whole year was just me watching on the sidelines, and it
I
just
know.
it made me want to drive even more. So when I finally got into a USF car myself, it was amazing. And then
That's awesome.
yeah, it's just been a journey from there.
Joao, I know we've had you on the show before, but how did you get started in it anyways? We'll talk later on about your uncle, Oswaldo Negri. Oz obviously a very well-known, prestigious driver, a lot of success. But how did you get started? Was it here? Was it in Florida? Where did you get started?
I started off in Brazil, so
Okay.
from a young age I always liked racing, obviously because of my uncle, and my dad was
Yeah.
involved in business and racing as well. And then at one point I really wanted to go karting, and I think my uncle kind of set up this practice at the Interlagos go kart track, and I don't even think my mom knew about it.
Ooh,
He just kind of took me and the whole family, and I
that's all
drove for
right.
the first time and fell in love with it.
You're hooked right immediately.
Yeah.
100, I get that 100%. All right, I promise that we look back at 2025, so let's kind of dive into that right now. Wow, big year for you. Had your first year in the juniors category. Then you come back this year, out of the gate. You win the first race, right? This is good. I'm going to be in the hunt for sure. You win again at Mid Ohio a little further down the year. Third overall in the championship. A lot of top. I don't know how many. What I wrote down. 10 top fives, I think. Overall, how do you look back at the season? You didn't get the championship, won a couple of races, showed what you have. You're always in the hunt. Overall, are you happy with the way things went?
Yeah, I'm definitely happy with the way the championship went. Always, of course, I wanted to be first.
Yeah.
I think we had a couple misfortunes there that took our chances away, and a couple things I could have done differently. But again, it's all learning. I learned a lot from last year, and I'm bringing all that into this year, and hoping to be fighting for the championship.
Is there like a big highlight from last year? Was it the first race of the season, the victory, or was it that Mid-Ohio win, or was there something different? Was there a highlight on the year that really stands out for you when you look back at 2025?
I really enjoyed the Mid-Ohio win because Oz was there. He was with me. He wasn't in NOLA, but he got to watch me win in Mid-Ohio.
That's cool. That is that big. Is that a track you like, the Mid-Ohio?
Oh yeah, I love it.
I've got that. I got that actually down for 2026. That may be one of the races you're really excited to get to, knowing that you've won there at juniors. You go back in the 2000 car. VRD's good at Mid-Ohio. I mean, is that one you may have marked as a potential race win next year?
Oh, for sure. It was my first test in the 2000 car was in Mid-Ohio, and if I'm not wrong, we finished P1 in my first test, and it was really fun as well in the 2000 car. So I can't wait to get there.
That's awesome. Brenden, let's look at your 2025. Obviously off to a decent start, but really did start to come on midway through, as I had said. 10th overall in your first full season, 5 top 10s. And for me, it was that run at the end. The last 6 races, you were top 10, all but one race. You're on the podium. Big finish with lots of momentum. Let's just start with this. What do you think fueled that big second half run? Was it just more confidence coming in?
Yeah, I think it was more confidence. It started the second round we went to Mid-O. That weekend, like I felt like I had pretty decent pace there, but our first round there, I never like put the results together in the races, and we showed up with good pace again and finally was able to show something for that. And I think the confidence from that just built every weekend.
It really is that unknown, or that I guess unknown fuel that just changes every driver, doesn't it? Like the minute you
Yeah.
get confidence and you know you can do it, it just changes your mindset for the next session.
Yeah, like it was kind of a realization moment. Like I can run up there with those guys. Like I can do that now. It's not fighting to stay in the top 10. It's fighting for top fives and podiums.
Yeah, I recall calling the race at Road America when you were right up there, right? There was like you were running fourth there, and you're in the middle of this battle. You made some moves coming down into turn number 1 that I thought I was going to throw up because you guys were like 4 wide coming into 1 or whatever it may be. Did you have to balance the aggression once you started getting confident? Like you don't want to get overconfident. Right?
Yeah, I don't think I got overconfident. I
Okay.
think I still was still pretty grounded. I didn't let it get to my head too much, but I still tried to make smart moves and just put myself in the best situation I can.
Is there a highlight from 2025? Is it that Road America? Is it that spraying the champagne for the first time on the podium?
Yeah, that was definitely the sweetest moment.
That fueled your desire for more, I would assume.
Oh yeah.
We need to keep this going, right?
Yeah.
Listen, is that some of the reason? I know that you, in your mind, you might have said, "Hey, listen, I had a good second half of the season. Maybe I jumped to USF 2000." Was that maybe the reason? Like, listen, I've got a taste for this. I can win some races. I'm coming back to juniors to learn how to win races.
Yeah, like first season it was my first year like in the cars. I didn't do Lucas Oil, I didn't do Skip Barber.
Yeah.
So it was more focused on like a development year, see how things went. And then as much as I would like to move up, I think it's the best step in my development. It's one thing to be fast, but it's another thing to learn how to win. And I'm excited to do that next season.
Yeah, I think most people are tired of me saying that to young drivers that you need to learn how to win races, to lose a lead and get a lead back, to lead a championship, to lose the lead of a championship and fight back and get it back again, not to cave in. So I love the movie you back in juniors. I think it's going to be a fun year for you for sure. On to 2026. That's where we are right now. We'll get back to Brenden in a second because he's going racing on Wednesday. Joao, you got to wait a little bit longer. You got to wait until St. Pete, but we'll be on track for spring training. A new year for you. This is what I love about the jump from juniors into 2000. Two new street circuits for you because you're a rookie, and the oval for the first time. Let's talk about St. Pete and then Markham. That's an unknown for everybody. But how happy are you to finally be able to go? You're a Florida guy. You're finally able to go race at St. Petersburg. Such a big race.
Yeah, I mean, I've been going there and watching the race for the past 3 years, so it's really sweet to be able to race there this time and have my friends and family go and support me.
It's a ridiculous weekend schedule. Let's be real. With NASCAR coming in on Saturday, or essentially taking over Saturday, USF 2000, I think, have 3 sessions on Friday morning between like 8 o'clock and 1, and then we don't race till after IndyCar. We race once on Friday, not at all on Saturday, then Sunday. Is that something that's going to be tough for you guys? You think? Like, it's so you can't make a mistake in practice qualifying if you want to get to that race because there's really only about 3 hours, 3.5, 4 hours that cover those races.
Yeah, I mean it's a fine line between learning the most you can and not crashing. Obviously, you gotta keep it clean and practicing quality, but you gotta learn as much as possible. And then one thing that's gonna be huge throughout the weekend is how the track's gonna change. Right, we're one of the first ones out for practicing quality, so it's gonna be really green. It's gonna be dirty. It's a street track, and our last race is I think the last race of the weekend. So it's gonna be rubbered in. So the change from race 1 to race 2 is gonna be huge, and I think it's gonna be a lot of anticipating.
Yeah, right after IndyCar too. There's going to be so much rubber down.
Yeah.
It's going to be nuts. It's going to be good though. I like that. All right, let's talk about your first oval race. Have you tested on the oval yet? We talked to a lot of rookies. Have you been at IRP?
Yes, we have. We did it right after our IMS test, and it was some of the most fun I've ever had. It was
I love that. That's good.
Yeah.
What was so fun about it?
It's just so different from anything I've ever done in a car, right?
Yeah.
You go into a test expecting it's going to be the same. It's going to be a road course, and then you're not braking and turning left the whole time, and there's a physical aspect of it, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, I am really, really looking forward to that. There's going to be a lot of time actually because there's an official series test the Tuesday before the Freedom 75. Then of course we're on track all day Thursday and the race on Friday, so lots more track time for everybody to get a chance to get dialed in. But I think you guys testing last fall, like many people did, it's a good idea to get that first one out. Before I go to Brenden, let me ask you a question. You're obviously like everybody, kind of looking at the grids. You see the driver introductions. You know the guys you have at your team as well that have been announced already. Ryan Janetta, Colin Aiken already announced. The guys that have already been announced running for VRD Racing. Jack Morehard today. Another announcement still to come, I know, a little later. And then the other guys to the other teams. What's it going to take to win this year? What is it going to take? What is it consistency? What's it going to take?
Yeah, it's consistency, I think, is going to be one of the main factors. Obviously, you have to be up there. Like last year, we had a lot of consistency, but I think Leo was more consistent than us. Right? He was just as consistent, but he was in front. So you have to win races and you have to be consistent. You got to take what you can get.
Do you look at the guys last year that were in the middle of the championship fight, Thomas Schrag and Teddy Masella, and say, these VRD cars can win races. I know that I can get the job done here.
For sure.
I bet. Especially with a track like you got Mid-Ohio, you love Mid-Ohio. And then Markham, Joao, an unknown for everybody. Nobody, like, normally you go to Toronto and a second-year guy would have a bit of a head start. Yeah. Everybody's on a level playing field. Like I keep telling everybody, two of the most important track walks of the year will be Arlington for the pro drivers and Markham for you guys, because you've never been there before. Everything's brand new. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, you don't really know what to expect, right?
Yeah, that's it. You have an open mind. All right, Brenden, let's come into you. Same season, same series, USF Juniors, but man, way different racetracks this year. We're at Homestead, Carolina Motorsports Park, back to Mid-Ohio, but then Lime Rock, north up here, Canada, to Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, the iconic Mosport track, and then wrapping things off at Road America. Maybe second-year driver, you don't get the extra benefit of some of the tracks that the rookies haven't been on before. But of those six, are you super excited about one of them or two of them? What do you think?
I mean, the one I'm probably most excited for would probably be Carolina. We
Really?
just because we haven't tested at any of the other tracks, but when we did go to Carolina, I had a lot of fun. It was a very fun track, and we showed some good speed there. So
you have had a lot of laps at Homestead as well. Homestead-Miami Speedway. We're there for spring training. That's only 2 weeks from now. You guys will be on track all day on the Monday. We're running the 3-4, turn 3-4. We're not doing that little infield deal. What do you think about that? The back straightaway 3-4, the big draft. What are the finishes of these races going to look like?
I think it's going to be very action packed. The 3 and 4, it factors in the draft, so that is a huge factor for everything, because you can be like half a second back and draft right up to the guy behind you. So it keeps everyone really close, and you'll always have to be on your toes for that.
So Homestead, Carolina Motorsports Park, it's like that. Mid-Ohio, already. Lime Rock's brand new. Have you been on the sim at all for Canadian Tire Motorsports Park up in Canada?
Not yet. I've been doing a lot of sim on Homestead, and Sebring prepping for the Yak Academy Winter Series.
Yep.
Sadly, they're Carolina, it's not on the sim, so I couldn't really do much for that. But it's just the focus has been on Homestead and Sebring.
The question for you: you feel like through testing, how much better of a driver are you since Portland? All the testing you've done since the end of Portland, you had that momentum. Have you personally? You think you've taken steps forward in terms of being a better driver? Did you find something in the offseason?
Yeah, definitely. Just always just more confidence, more seat
Yeah.
time, just getting more comfortable in the car. And also, now that my driving has gotten a lot better, I can help develop the car a lot more, knowing I can give accurate feedback and knowing what I want and what I need from the car.
100%. What about the gym? You been in the gym? You getting bulked up? Yeah.
Yeah, I've gained a few good pounds this off season.
We
So
also gained about 4 inches last year too. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Man, all of a sudden you're like super tall on me. It's crazy.
yeah,
All right.
my suit doesn't really fit me anymore. So
Seriously? Of
yeah,
course.
I'm getting a new one soon. So
That's good. So you got the ankles hanging out the bottom?
yeah.
I love it. Listen, we talked a little about Brenden Eves working with Brenden Cooley. Joao, we mentioned a little bit about your uncle Oz Negri. I'm sure he helped you a lot come through up the rank. Does he still act kind of as a coach? There's a lot of good people at VRD. Does he kind of get in there and work with them? Is he kind of more of a sideline mental coach for you? What does Oz bring to the table for you?
He's been having his own racing, so he hasn't been to all my races this past year, but he acts a lot as a mental coach. I know always whenever I have to talk to him, I can just call him up. He's gonna answer. He's gonna give me tips. If I send him video, he's gonna give me tips.
Love it.
So he's just all around a coach for everything for me. I know if I need any advice on the track, any advice mentally, my personal life, he's always gonna be there for me.
Who at VRD is the primary coach for you?
We've been working with Michael D'Orlando and Max Taylor.
Okay, there you go. Right. Obviously, Max has had some super success coming through the ranks, and I think he's going to win this year in Indy Next. I'm just going to throw that out there. I think he's going to end up with at least a win. He was super impressive last year in those couple of starts. Yeah, that would be big. It would be awesome for him. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up with Brenden too. As we said before, Brenden, you're going racing. Poor Joao's got to wait like what, a month still before he gets to actually go racing at St. Pete. But dude, you're going racing not only for spring training, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Academy Winter Series, 2 days at Sebring, 3 days at Homestead. A lot people have won this before. Joao, did you win the championship? No, who won the championship last year?
Leo.
Leo won it. That's right. Leo won it. Brenden, what are your thoughts on it? Do you need to win the championship? Is it more getting back into wheel to wheel? Is it getting back into not just race shape, but is it getting the mind back into going, hardcore racing?
Yeah, definitely just prepping for the main season. Obviously, the goal is always to win. I want to win the championship, but I think some of the biggest things I can take is really running at the front, leading a race, like defending from second and third, or trying to fight for that lead back is definitely gonna give me a lot of good things that I can use coming into the 2026 season. Also, Homestead being the last round of the Yak Academy Winter Series, which is the first round of the USF Junior Series. So that'll definitely help a lot.
Yeah, the whole Academy Winter Series has become a really good thing for especially the rookie drivers who haven't come in before. Instead of coming into that first race, not having done starts, whatever it may be, a lot of the drivers may be making their first starts there in terms of wheel to wheel. So yeah, I think I think you pointed out straight up. It's going to give you a chance and any other driver a chance to kind of run in the lead group for you to lead some laps, right? To maybe lose the lead and get that lead back. You're going to be dealing with the draft as well. So when you get to Homestead, and heck, Sebring's got a pretty big draft. Let's be real there too. So all in all, you're flying down tomorrow. What are your thoughts? Are we going to win the first race or not?
Oh yeah. I'd put your money on me to do it.
There you go. All right. Now, Joao, I'm surprised we didn't see maybe a surprise entry from you in there just to get some wheel to. I'm like, if I was a 2000 driver coming up from juniors, I'd almost want to run the Academy Winter Series again just to be able to drive something.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of guys from 2000 going into the Academy, but unfortunately, we're not going to be there. We're going to be testing with them, but we're not going to be racing.
That's exactly right. All right. Okay, guys, let's wrap this thing up. And like I always want to do, I want to give the opportunity to talk about your sponsors, talk about social media. Joao, let's start with you. Do you have some sponsors that you want to mention that make this happen for you?
Yeah, I want to thank Navia, Carry Code, Cross Networking, Evento Travel for all their support, for making this year possible, for making the jump to USF 2000 possible, and hopefully we'll represent them well on track.
What about social media? If they want to follow you, are you one of these guys that are all over Instagram? Anything else, or just Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram, Vergara.racing on Instagram.
Vergara.racing on Instagram. Yeah. Brenden, what about you? I know you got some sponsors on the side of that race car.
Yeah. Firstly, I'd like to thank Innovel Global Logistics staying with me, going into my second season. Also Brown Brothers Harriman and Autobahn Country Club, our official test track.
What about social media? Where do they follow you at?
Just Brenden Cooley 92 on Instagram.
Nice. So I got a little bit of insight with all the teams of drivers who have not yet kind of been announced as of yet. Brenden, you got a couple guys, some young kids coming underneath you this year. Like you're going to be the mentor this year for a couple of guys. Are you looking forward to having some younger rookies coming on, part of the USF Juniors program exclusive?
Yeah, it'll be fun, definitely.
Joao, what about you at VRD? Colin, Ryan, Jack. There'll be one more driver announced a little later. What do you feel like with the group of guys at USF 2000 at VRD? You pretty happy with the teammates you got this year?
Yeah, we all have a great relationship. You know, Ryan's been in the series before, so yep. He has a bit more experience than everyone else. But we'll catch up to him. You know, we're working hard in this offseason to be there in the championship, and it's going to be a fun year.
I love it. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you spending some time with me. I'm going to drop you into the back. Stay in the studio here. I want to say goodbye to you beforehand. But, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Get rid of Brenden, get rid of Joao. Again, two very talented young racers. It's been fun kind of watching them come up through the ranks. Joao Vergara, a really strong second season in USF Juniors last year. Like he said, won a couple of races. Just a couple little mistakes. And he owned up to them. And, man, if I hadn't made those mistakes, I might have been closer up front. Consistency is one of the things that wins championships in this series. We've seen that before. Leonardo Scorpioni, very consistent. Max Garcia has always been consistent through his season. Is winning championships. And, of course, Jack Jeffers last year had some ups and downs, but a great finish for him at the end of the season to come away with the title. Both Joao and Brenden, I think, are going to be title contenders in USF 2000 and USF Juniors, respectively. So can't ask for much more than having these guys on the show here just a couple of weeks away from the start of the season. Of course, keep an eye on all the social medias because a lot of the drivers in USF Juniors will be racing on Wednesday through to Sunday at Sebring and Homestead for the Academy Winter Series. That'll be a little precursor, I think, of what we're going to see here in 2026. Big field of drivers in USF Juniors for sure. USF 2000 super strong as always. Again, juniors getting started at spring training February 16th to 18th. USF 2000 for Joao and the rest of the crew, March 27th, or rather February 27th to March 1st at the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. And the pro drivers going to wait a couple more weeks for the Grand Prix of Arlington. Another show lining up for next week. I don't have the drivers locked and loaded yet. We have more being announced, so we'll see who we bring in. Very likely that show, and I think I may do another two-driver show, but for sure one of the big things next week will be the preview for USF Juniors at spring training. I'm going to go through all the drivers who have been announced, some that may have not been announced yet, but we're going to have a look at what the USF Juniors program is going to look like in 2026. I'll come up with the guys I think are probably going to be your title contenders, and we'll look at the drivers who are ready to fight for Rookie of the Year. Big thank you for tuning in, folks. I do thank you for being part of it. Big shout out to Brenden and Joao as well. Again, this show is done. Episode number 97. My name is Rob Howden. Bye for now.